Happy Boxing Day! Well, unless you're watching from the future or don't celebrate Christmas. Welcome to my review of the second Sonic Forces Speed Battle Christmas character 2022, Santa Big the Cat. As far as characters go, Big is thankfully one of the simplest ones to explain. He's a chilled out cat who loves fishing and his best friend Froggy. As for Santa Big specifically, this is just Big the Cat wearing a Santa Claus costume to celebrate the holiday season. Now without further ado, let's dash through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh by talking about Santa Big's stats. Santa Big stands at the special rarity with a 9 out of 10 speed stat, a 9 out of 10 acceleration stat, and a 7 out of 10 strength stat. Although he's less tanky than his normal counterpart, Santa Big prioritizes speed and acceleration while sacrificing his defensive value. So while Santa Big won't tank nearly as well as his normal counterpart would, he's definitely going to be superior when it comes to his raw speed and how fast he's able to move. All in all, a formidable and strong set of stats for Santa Big to bring to the table. Now that we've covered Santa Big's stats, let's dive into the power-ups that Santa Big has in his stocking. Santa Big's projectile is the Frozen Chopper Chomp. Putting it simply, this is just the normal Chopper Chomp, but instead it freezes enemies on impact. If you don't know what the original Chopper Chomp does, it's a projectile that phases through environmental obstacles with decent range and speed. While the freeze effect can be a very effective status to inflict on enemies, it doesn't really change that much from the original Chopper Chomp, and as such I'm just going to give it the same rating I gave the original and call it really good. As for Santa Big's boost, it's called the Festive Umbrella Boost. Again, this is just Big's normal boost that freezes enemies on contact instead of staggering them. Once again, I'm not going to dive too much into this boost as it's roughly the exact same as the original Umbrella boost that the normal Big has. It's a speedy boost, does decent damage and helps Big catch up easily to his opponents. Overall, a very solid boost. And lastly, Santa Big's trap is the Flu Shot. If you're familiar with the Lily Trap power-up that normal Big has, let me just clarify and say that this one is a lot harder to spot than the Lily Trap is. Basically, the Flu Shot power-up summons a bunch of chimneys that cover every lane except for the one you're in. Now normally most players tend to jump over the mine-like traps and make them redundant. However, this trap will pick 2 chimneys at random to shoot out a spike ball and damage anyone who tries to jump over it. So not only do the chimneys themselves do damage, but also anyone attempting to jump over them has a 2 in 3 chance to be punished for it. The Flu Shot is an extremely oppressive trap, probably one of the most annoying ones to deal with when someone on the field can use it. But taking it into account, it's an amazing trap and I love how useful it is. Now that we've covered Santa Big's stats and kit, let's dive into my holly jolly verdict and character rating for Santa Big. Despite his borderline copy-pasted projectile and boost, I think Santa Big's stats and trap more than make up for the recycled power-ups. Since I think normal Big is a pretty solid unit, I'm just going to give Santa Big an overall character rating of 8 out of 10. He's slightly better than the normal Big purely because of his improved stats and trap, and purely because Lily Trap was super easy to see coming, especially its anti-air mechanic. Meanwhile, Flu Shot is super tough to spot coming at times, and its anti-air mechanic is even tougher due to how difficult it is to spot a really small spiked ball popping out the chimney. Although Santa Big isn't nearly as cracked as Nutcracker Silver, he's still viable enough to run against the likes of Mephiles and Infinite. Santa Big won't let you down, Christmas cheer or none, and will be more than enough to help you through online PvP. If you have him, give him a few tries, see how you feel. After all, Christmas only comes once a year, so best make sure you make the most out of him before he's gone. But yeah, give him a shot, see how you feel. He's a very solid character, and he's well worth your time.